another guide on how to weather your blaster. These will probably get put in a playlist along with some other how-to videos for painting and for modding. So in the last one, if you watched it, we covered how to do some basic dry brushing on your blaster and how to really bring out the edges and the seams and the ridges on your blaster. And in this one, we're going to be covering how to do a wash on your blaster. And what that really refers to is take a whole bunch of pigment and color. Usually it's a brown or a burnt umber or something like that, a brown or a reddish brown that will either simulate mud or rust or dirt or some sort of grime that will get on your blaster over time. Now you can see that on this half of the shell, and you can see in the nooks and crannies that it's all gunked up and it's got dirt on it and everything, and it looks real grimy and it looks really nice. And it looks awesome. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and do that on this shell. The colors I've got picked out for this, I took brown. It is a, got it right here. It is a, alright. It doesn't give the exact shade of the brown, which is burnt umber. That's what it is. It's a burnt umber from Wicked Colors. This is actually airbrush paint, but it's really thick, so it works great for our purposes. Now I mixed that with a little bit of Wicked Colors Jet Black. Now this bottle is really beat up because it has been through the ringer, and see that it's pretty gross. But I mixed a little bit of that in with the burnt umber, and I got this. It's kind of a it's like a really dark brown, almost like a greasy brown. So we're going to go ahead and just get a bunch on our brush. Just want a whole bunch on your brush because you're going to do a big area usually. Not a real big area, but a good sized area. Depends on your brush, what kind of paint you're using, how long it takes to dry, that kind of thing, as to how big an area you're going to do. We're going to start here with all the nooks and crannies and the label so you guys can get a good feel for what this is going to end up looking like. So we're just going to take our brush and we're going to just smear it on here. Get it in all the cracks and crevices. We're just going to get a whole bunch on there. Make sure we get it in the logo and everything. And you can see what that looks like. Now we're going to take a paper towel, and you're going to want usually like a roll of paper towels on hand for this step because you're going to use a lot of them, and the bigger your blaster, the more paper towels you're going to use. So you take your paper towel and just wipe most of it off. You do your best to get down into those cracks and crevices and get as much out as possible. And so it ends up looking something like that. So now you've got a little bit of dirt and grime in the crevice there. I'm going to show you the hammer shot is actually a really good blaster to show you guys this on. So now you see this spot, we've got a really deep crevice here. So we're just going to take the whole, we're going to just fill the whole area. Dirt, grime, all kinds of gunk. There we go, so you can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and take our paper towel. we're going to wipe most of it away. And do our best to get rid of as much of it as possible. Now you take your paper towel, you can get down in the crevices and wipe about as much paint as you can get out of there. Now, it's okay if there's a whole bunch of paint left, because there would usually be a bunch of dirt left in these crevices. Now if you get it too dirty, you can always go back with a wet cloth or a wet paper towel and get in there and clean it up a little bit. You can see what that looks like, and it's pretty much the same there and there. Got a bunch of dirt there in the cracks. It looks really good. Now something that is worth noting at this point is that the paint is going to stick better to a matte surface than a gloss surface. So if you don't want your blaster to be really dirty, go with a gloss paint, because that way the paint that you're going to use for your weathering isn't going to stick to it as much. Now I went with a matte finish on this because I wanted it to actually get really dirty and for the paint to get in there and grab it really good, because I want it to look really used, like it's been through a junkyard and dropped in the mud, and it's been it's been through the ringer. It's really been beat up and scratched and buried and all kinds of stuff. But so you can kind of see in there how well that turns out. Now you can do this to the rest of your blaster. You can do it just in the cracks for a little bit of weathering. Just make sure you get the edges clean when you do that. Yeah, and so then I'm gonna do it up here as well, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like, and that will be the end of the of what I'll be showing you here. Now I am going to weather the rest of it. I hope you guys can see that. Just making sure I get it all. So yeah, got it all nice and dirty there. We're going to take our paper towel and we're going to just wipe as much away as we can. Now I missed this spot, so I'm going to go back with my brush. I'm going to clean that up. And try and get the paper towel in there. And there we go. Nice and weathered and dirty, and it looks really nice. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of the blaster like this, obviously, before I clear coat it and get it ready. And then at the end of it, I'm going to dry brush it a little bit more and have the edges pop a little bit more and make it look really awesome like it did the other side. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little tutorial on how to weather your blaster and make it look a little bit more realistic and make it look a little bit cooler. And if you guys want to dry brush or give your blaster a wash and make it look real dirty, you now know how. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Our mod of the week, I am actually going to pick one, and well, that's going to be the next little segment, and I'm going to edit that in right about now. Okay, so we're doing our mod, or our weekly mod this week, and this one comes to us from Brent West. He did a really cool Strife Firefly integration. Now it is black, so obviously it wouldn't be quite outdoor safe, but it is a really cool mod, and it's going to be right up here as usual. which you guys can see obviously. And I hope you guys are liking this new format with the whole split screen, the mod being in the corner type deal. But yeah, it's using, I believe, Tamiya motors in order to power it at the moment. He is going to do a upgrade, a 2-stage Wolverine setup, I believe he said in the comment. And yeah, it's a really cool mod. I think it's really sweet as far as the overall setup. I like the integration. It's pretty clean. The way he cut down the Firefly worked really good. The Firefly actually is a really comfortable stock. I've noticed that as far as the Firefly that I have, it is a really comfortable stock. It's a very comfortable length. The Strife has a pretty comfortable handle, but it's a pretty good handle. It's not the most comfortable one, of course, but this guy did a pretty good job. The paint is, of course, a glossy finish, which is really nice. I really like that. It isn't weathered, which is interesting. I think that it's a good choice for this color because black is very difficult to weather. You gotta have lighter colors to weather black and do it really well. Black is really good for dry brushing. It looks really awesome with that. But I think this is a really sweet mod. It turned out really well in my opinion, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you pass on your opinions of this mod to Brent West and show him some love for that. And I've also got another mod that may be featured in next week's video if I don't get any more, which would be really cool, actually from the same guy, Aiden Bazzini, that I featured last week. So he also did a really sweet mod. If I don't get any more, that will be posted in next week's weekly mod. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. The previous segment about weathering your blasters, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this weekly mod about somebody else's blaster and some awesome work that they've done. And so yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. Also in the comments, post any mods that you guys would like to see featured, or just send me more mods on Facebook. I'm always looking for more mods to feature on our weekly mod. So hope you guys have enjoyed this mod from this week from Brent West, and I'm happy to feature it and keep rolling in, guys. This is really cool. I really like featuring your guys' stuff because it gives a chance for you guys to shine and to show your guys' skill in the hobby as well. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, this is Nerfinator signing off.